A teen who pleads guilty of shooting 2 people during a robbery at a Missoula convenience store was sentenced today.
The 2 victims testified that the only reason they were in the courtroom is because the suspect's gun jammed. KPAX's Connor McCauley has more from today's sentencing.
Chase Munson will serve 2 concurrent 50-year sentences for shooting 2 men at the South Avenue Market back in 2018 and leaving them on the verge of death. In the courtroom were the 2 victims of the shooting who both gave statements and said if it weren't for Munson's gun misfiring multiple times, they wouldn't even be here anymore.
You're only hearing our voices today because of fluke accidents. If you wanted the money, I'd have put it with a bow tag for you. I'd have packed the beer for you. I do forgive you. We will seek good time for you.
On the night of March 6th, Chase Munson, while drunk and high on Xanax and Adderall, walked into the South Avenue Market where he shot Christopher Dobson and Richard McAfee multiple times before fleeing the scene. Munson's friends and family at the sentencing say the incident was not a reflection of who Munson is, but instead shows his difficult upbringing filled with abuse and neglect.
I feel like Chase had all the cards stacked against him. He is a boy who has survived severe trauma that some of us couldn't even imagine. He was born and raised the first years of his life by a single mother. Then torn from all he knew, moved to a different state with a whole new family, and learned to adjust to the new family and household. He has had both parents struggle with addiction, incarceration, and improper handlings of the courts. Both Rob and Julia have had court cases that set precedent in Montana courts.
An emotional Munson addressed the court before his sentencing was handed out, and his statement was filled with regret over his actions and the promise for change.
March 6th was the rock bottom in a dark and emotionally unstable time in my life. I hate the fact that I'm portrayed as a monster. That night does not reflect a sober me. It does not reflect my values or the path I will take after today. I understand what I have done was heinous and unjust, and I reject my actions and will continue to learn from them. I will do whatever it takes in the coming years of my life to earn a second chance.
In Missoula, Connor McCauley, MTN News.
Judge Townsend also sentenced Munson for crimes he committed in January and February, where he stole an SUV, stole a marijuana plant from a dispensary, and crashed his vehicle into Mellow Mood. That's a business. Those sentences will all run concurrently with the 2 attempted homicide charges.